One is an idiot, it might be both of them. Shut up, dude.
It's a surprise podcast.
Yes.
It's a quick one.
Shit, are we gonna release it early? Or are we just doing it early?
I think we're doing it early, but it might be evident when heaps of other news has come out.
Yeah, probably, bro. It is a bit of a current events podcast in some ways.
There's been some cool shit in the news, even just briefly.
Yeah, bro, from the last few days since we did this. I reckon we should point out that this is a podcast for those who listen to this podcast as a ritual. So if you always do a particular thing while listening to this podcast, this is for you. This episode is for you.
Yes, this is just to keep up with these communists.
Yeah.
I have to endeavour on Thursday night to go to attend my father and uncle's birthday party.
Yeah.
So I'm gone for the long weekend. So
that's all good, bro.
Sorry to the tunnel rats.
You'll have a good time, I'm sure.
I'm intending it.
There's all kinds.
I am going back to Taupo.
Oh, yeah.
So we got to watch out for these Domino's boys. They might come back.
Duck down in the ute when somebody drives past with the thing on top of the car.
Yeah, I probably will have to take precaution there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just going to fit this podcast in, I guess. Butter and a run up, bro. We'll get this done.
Yeah, bro. I got some news that's a little bit old anyway.
Cool. I got some new ones. It's about an old ass thing. So keep going.
Okay. There's well, what do you reckon? We could do like cops or tax. We could do
Trump worked at McDonald's for a day.
Yeah, bro. It fits, right? He's a felon. He's been shot. And he's got a bunch of kids to different women.
And loved
working
it.
at McDonald's. Yeah, bro.
And loved it.
I'm sure for 15 minutes, yes, he loved it. I think if you left him there for the whole day, I
think about it. He has a revolving window of people being like, "Oh my God, it's Donald!"
Yeah,
as if it was a surprise.
Everyone that will wear off after 15 minutes, though.
I don't think it does to him. I think it's just he gets to be like, if people are licking his balls, bro, I think he stays there all day.
Maybe
all he's doing is like walk over, push a button, put the chips in, take it out.
He did seem
I'm
delighted.
Amazing at this.
He's been eating McDonald's his whole life, and he's never been back there. Yeah. And then, like, you want to come back here? It's like getting to fly the plane for him, bro.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think he thoroughly enjoyed himself. Yeah. Like a bit too much, maybe.
Yeah, it was sort of a genuine moment.
After him swaying,
Trump working at McDonald's was kind of a genuine moment.
Yeah. That's why I'm bringing it up.
What?
How does this work? We weren't supposed to be here in the timeline. It's wonderful. Especially like, it wasn't very many days ago that he was swaying to Ave Maria and half dancing to YMCA.
It's hard to keep up, honestly.
And now he's at McDonald's.
Yeah, bro. Putting in a hard quarter of an hour shift.
Oh, McDonald's have had to come out and been like, we let him do a day, but we don't endorse anyone in the presidential race.
Yeah. We'll take all the publicity, but we are not endorsing anybody.
Yeah,
Okay, interesting. So they're not endorsing the people who want to raise the minimum wage that'll put them out of business? It's crazy.
Yeah. I love the idea, though, that they're like, we don't endorse anyone. And then they look at the MAGA fans and go, and MAGA all
we don't endorse anyone, but look, isn't this fucking awesome? Look how happy he is.
Look how happy he is. It's so cute.
Yeah.
You think Mu Ding, the baby hippo in China, is amazing? Look what we got. We got this guy making fries and he's goofing the fuck off.
Yeah, dude.
But the amount of people in the drive-thru that were just like, oh my God, it's Mr. President Trump.
Yeah.
Like, it was retarded. I think that's why he enjoyed it. It was just a revolving door of dick sucks, just mental dick sucks.
Yeah, bro.
That's all he dreams of.
I saw a picture of him from outside, and he's kind of too fat for that window, though.
It was great. It was the perfect representation of America and McDonald's hanging out that window.
Yeah.
Like
there's other countries where if you do something weird, you can't get elected.
He's got a little bit of a veranda over the toy store. I guess
a little bit. You could call it that.
Yeah. An awning.
Yeah.
But, he had so much fun at that McDonald's.
Yeah, bro.
I liked it. I thought it was great. And the amount of people who that probably, like, did a number on them, like, they love him so much more because he's just showing how in touch with the working class he is.
No, that's not what it was.
I don't think that, but there's idiots that will.
He had a genuine moment, but it wasn't nothing about it was being in touch with the working class.
I bet that genuine moment.
Although it's Trump. So 15 minutes
Yes.
behind the counter at a McDonald's honestly might change his whole worldview. I don't know. You can't... Nothing's a sure thing with him.
No one knows, bro.
That's fun.
Let's go cops.
Cops.
What'd you go for cops?
All right, man. I found out that the New Zealand police were using something called PIM-eyes. And there's a Meta, the parent company of Facebook, has an equivalent as well. With the number, I don't have the name here, but if you live in a first world country, basically you're on this website. So it's there's 3 billion profiles, if you will, of people. So if you've what the site does, it scans the internet to assemble photo matches of people. It can scan an uploaded picture against hundreds of millions of images from public sources in less than a second, even if your face is just in background shots, or if the photo is very old. Now, the Washington Post reported in 21 that PIM-eyes has become a hit among digital creeps. And the UK have banned their cops from using it. Now, it's discovered that cops are using it here. That sparked an internal audit, and it found 22 staff had accessed it between May and January. Here's a great quote from the police. "It is not possible to determine what users did while on the website," police said. You guys solve murders, but you can't ask the guy down the hall, what were you doing on that software?
No, that means wanking.
I think it can't be good, right?
It's masturbating.
It's not possible to determine what users did while on the website.
Yeah, that means they were masturbating.
That means they're not asking them.
And copying and downloading.
You don't keep any tabs on your cops.
Yeah. Of course.
So that they can use... Okay, this goes on.
I did see that dude got arrested, got in trouble. He was a cop who had been like looking up cunts and passing on names to certain people.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So this internal audit...
it's almost like fuck the police was real.
Yeah, bro.
So strange.
Here's what else the police said. It wouldn't be accurate to characterize the level of access to the website as misuse or used for police business. So that is to say, 22 cops were using this digital creeper tool, but not in the pursuit of ordinary justice. They were up to something else. Again, impossible to determine what it was. But they weren't doing this evil thing while at the same time being cops. Like, it wasn't regular.
They did it on their time off.
That's not what this says.
Annual leave.
But they've said that it's not. No, but they've said that it's just.
So we're paying them to be cops. We're paying them to be cops,
and they're using the police gear and presumably are in police uniform. Yes, and they're using. I
don't know what would make me feel better to find out that they were all like making their own rogue gang of cops, and they're trying to like be cops but be criminals.
Yeah, sure.
Or are they abusing their power to just rub one out? Because they saw a hottie in the background or some shit.
I think it's more likely. I think it's more likely that it's. You're aware of that 40% police statistic, right? The 40% of
no.
Okay. They did a study in a part of California. I don't know. It might be too isolated, but the study was a study of cops' wives and how they felt about being married to a cop, and 40% of them responded in the survey that they had been beaten.
Oh, yeah, no, okay.
Cops, like, I understand that we kind of need them, and I understand that there are good ones, but there are some fucking monsters. I bet that's 22 monsters that are going like, fuck, if I do it in a police way, they'll catch me. I'll do it in this other way. Mm-hmm. But there's still someone who shows up who has access to guns, and if you call the police, their friends answer. Yeah. It's still fucking
that's
terrifying.
That's what I was just going to say. I was like, it's like you said last time about if there's a dinner party and there's 10 people, and a Nazi sits down and no one leaves.
Yeah, now there's 11 Nazis.
Yeah. I think of the same way with like when people say all cops are bad.
That's what that means, right?
Yeah. But when people say like, oh, well, not all of them, and it's like it's priests, the same deal. Mm-hmm. Not all of them are bad. Yeah, but how much of them are doing the heavy lifting for their friends? Because it seems like enough for it to be it's enough for it to have been a secret for ages.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Cops are weird.
Yeah, bro,
we need them, but it's like same thing as I think we've talked about, like the Marines.
Yeah.
And they teach these motherfuckers to be like human pit bulls that are ready to launch at anything.
Yeah, bro.
And then they're like, oh, war's over.
No, let's go home.
Go home. And these fellas just go home, just like pulsating as they walk
man.
because they want to do it. Cops must have the same thing.
They
like if
might.
you get a jacked up dude and tell him, hey, certain cars that have tinted windows, 9 times out of 10 that person wants you to die. So they walk up to every tinted window like, fucking, this is the
Ready
day.
to roll.
This is the moment. I
Yeah.
am Demolition Man. You know, that's what's weird is these fellas have to live in this highly tuned sort of weird way. I don't know, it's weird too because of like Western shit that we see. Like American stuff and Canadian stuff. New Zealand, I guess, counts Aussie. And then you look at our
Five Eyes.
look at our prisons and shit.
Yeah.
But then you look at like the Dutch prisons and the Norwegian ones, and they look
Yeah.
better than hotels that we put homeless people.
No,
in.
they actually rehabilitate people.
And-
It
yeah,
costs
no,
more,
no,
but
that's-
then they don't do more crimes.
Yeah, I was going to say that
less likely to.
it costs more to set up these places.
Yeah.
But those fellas do way less crimes.
Yeah.
So,
It kind of balances out. In fact, it really balances out.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing where if you spend 10 cents now, you gain $1 later,
Yeah,
but on a
it's
massive
so-
scale, you know.
it's just so fucked up to watch all these like privatized security prison systems. They don't work.
Yeah.
We know they don't work. Like,
Yeah.
Speaking of privatized systems,
Yeah.
do you reckon that's why the Herald and the News have started talking shit on the Te Whatu Ora and all that sort of, like they're trying to I think the government wants to privatize healthcare, so they're starting to like
That would be a big get.
I think they're
If they
trying
can,
to.
if they can
Yeah.
do that, they will.
But I think
it's a big get.
So yesterday there was a thing that did you know there was this conference that happened in Auckland?
Mm-hmm.
They spent $9,000 on canapes. That was a headline.
Heavens to Betsy. Who's
Yeah.
doing this?
The,
David Seymour's minister?
No,
or
no.
wait, is it someone maybe?
No, it was the health people. I think it might
Okay.
have, like Te Whatu Ora
Just-
might have seen it. Or
Oh,
they
you mean
did
it was an enemy of Seymour's? I see.
Yeah. As an enemy of all of them because they're all wanting
Didn't they
to
put their
privatize
guy in
healthcare.
charge to be like to cut down on all the like they got rid of the
Minister.
properly appointed people and just like now one guy does it now
Yeah.
and he works 2 days a week.
Well, I just find it very interesting that they're going to start talking mad smack on like the medical, like the way the medical system's set up.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, they're privatizing. That's what they want to do, right? I'm
So
pretty
parts of
sure
it-
when your media starts being like, come on, bro, that's our auntie. That's our auntie at Christmas. Did you know at their wedding they spent this much money on this thing?
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't give a
It
fuck.
matters because it's your money. Though.
Yeah, no, but that's what I mean. We all donated to the wedding, and that's what they spent it on. And
Uh-huh.
it's like, okay, fuck, you should probably go and have this yarn with them, not shit talk behind the back. So when the media start doing it, and they're pointing out, like, hey, they had this conference, and they misused all your money by spending it on canapes or whatever.
Sure.
And people are like, oh, well, there was this many people. It works out to about $30 a head. That's
Okay.
about right for standard catering rates. And you're like,
It's
what
not
the
crazy,
fuck
yeah.
are we talking about here?
Yeah.
This is insane. This is all just so the media put out a headline
Yeah.
and made everyone start talking
So they
about
can
it.
sell houses, bro. So they can sell real estate ad space.
Bro, it's the same thing as there was a car crash. Photo of an Asian person.
Mm-hmm.
They don't say anything. They just, Russell Peters says that. What do you think? That's his whole bit on that.
Sure.
Same deal with this shit of like, I think these guys are getting overpaid. And they're just slowly trying to wiggle in.
Yeah, bro.
I find it fucked up.
I was reading into public-private partnerships a little bit this week. There's a link from my neighborhood to an on-ramp on this expensive highway, Transmission Gully. And the on-ramp exists only because, in my opinion, that there's a wealthy suburb full of European cars and opinions about capital gains taxes, and it's just like adjacent to my
Nicely put, mate.
adjacent to my
that
suburb.
was wrapped in silk, eh?
So the off ramp quickly splits into two: a smooth road to the that suburb that I was talking about, and then a baffling mess of curves and 12-degree inclines that leads to my suburb. Now the link road to my suburb is about to be totally demolished and closed for 5 months while they rip it up, lay water and power infrastructure, and lay it back down again. And then they're going to do the wealthy people's ones, except their one they'll only do partial lane closures so they can access the highway the whole time. Like, that theirs is fine. Now, Transmission Gully, now, it runs from Porirua to Paikakariki. The context of Transmission Gully. Do you know about, Peter Dunn?
Yes.
The MP for Oharu, right? So he wanted this road for decades. You remember that fucker Greg O'Connor? who talked about the murder in Kandala, and he's like, well, Kandala's a middle-class suburb. Like, I mean, there's a lot of fucking private tennis courts and swimming pools and the United Arab Emirates there, but yeah pretty middle class. Right, so many people in that electorate, which was Peter Dunn's old electorate, so many of those people have holiday homes, batches up the coast. It's about an hour's drive away. So back in the 2010s, New Zealand was ruled by a merchant banker whose protege is the sitting Prime Minister. And that merchant banker wanted to expand the powers of our spy agency, ostensibly to protect New Zealand from Al-Qaeda. Yeah, I don't know if you remember that. That's not an inference. He directly said Al-Qaeda is already here. Wild. For the record, the amount of Islamic terrorism in New Zealand before that had been no cases. And the amount since then has been no cases. So interesting. The GCSB is a powerful tool, and this banker, while he was Prime Minister, he'd been using it to illegally spy on his political opponents and dissident journalists. So the bill approved expanded powers for the GCSB, which included warrantless surveillance of New Zealand citizens, and it would need to be retroactive. And the reason it would need to be retroactive is because the GCSB had been illegally spying on its own citizens, including fucking journalists who were reporting on the failures and tactics of that government. Whatever, it was totally illegal. The response was not justice, but to change the rules and apply them retroactively. It's total rort. Now, the National Party at the time had a very slim majority, 61 seats, and one of those seats was the independent MP, Peter Dunn, MP for Ohio. He said the bill was a breach of human rights and completely unethical, and then he voted for it and it became law. And he was asked how this occurred, and he said that he made a deal. He just flat out said, I made a deal. The deal was transmission gully. Sell out the rights of the people and make your crimes not count, but you got to drop like $1 billion on a road for my batch people that I represent in my constituency.
Jesus, fuck.
Oh, yes. So they don't have to sit in batch traffic now. So the existing road could handle normal volumes, but on sunny days or weekends or in the summer on a Friday afternoon, it would crawl to just this standstill of luxury European vehicles. Like, oh, the traffic's so bad in Wellington. Yeah. Okay, bro. And it's a similar issue around Mount Vic in Wellington, where they're proposing a $4 billion tunnel because sometimes Parliament ends and hundreds of people get in separate limousines and all drive to the airport, and they sit in traffic going, the traffic in Wellington is horrible. Drop another $4 billion on it then. Transmission Gully. Peter Dunn.
How long did Transmission Gully take?
I'll come to that in just a moment.
Oh, sweet.
Peter Dunn.
Because it's almost 10,000 days, eh?
It might have been 10,000 days. Let me find. I did write down how long it took, or at least how long it felt to me. Okay. There was a sign on the motorway where the ramp to Transmission Gully was due to veer off, and I drove past it every day for several years. I drove past it, so first, as I crawled past it in my car, the sign said Transmission Gully open 2020. So in late 2019, they put a sticker over the final zero, so it said 2021. They did that again with the number 2, and then early in 2022, they took down the sign. It's fucking infuriating to me. But when the traffic's only getting worse. I think they might have started in 2015 or 2016.
No, I'm sure there's way longer.
No, the GCSB bill would have been 2012, maybe.
Maybe it's like from the origin of someone ever saying we should do it.
Yeah. Well, then in that case, it's Peter Dunn from like the 80s.
Then that's 10,000 days is 27 years.
Yeah. Well, holy shit, dude! It might have been 10,000.
Yeah, 27 and a bit. Amount of time that Maynard's mum spent in a coma.
Yeah.
Hey,
and the amount of time it takes to get Transmission Gully from an idea to shovels in the ground, bro.
Hijacking what the fuck you're on about.
Yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Nice.
For being Ozzy.
Okay.
Not for Black Sabbath. Okay. That's already happened. So the first thing, I just want to see what you think about this. the first song that got played at his induction was Crazy Train by Wolfgang Van Halen on guitar.
Okay.
And Maynard.
Okay.
As the vocals for Crazy Train.
You're asking me what I think about this?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Ah, interesting. I think that's cool shit, hearing fucking completely random motherfuckers who don't do that sort of stuff go do covers of people's stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, Billy Idol did a song.
Is he alive?
Billy Idol did a song. You fucking retard. What time are we at?
Let me get through some more. Let me get through some more infrastructure stuff. Bro. I'm building to something.
Okay.
It's about at its core. This is about PPP.
If this sucks.
These are the first major. This is one of the first major PPPs in New Zealand. There's another one called Puhoi, I think. And there's a study that came out on them. Basically, they were such chronic overspending failures that the government was forced to do, like, okay, we got to do a proper investigation on this. Now, that itself was 2 years late. It's out now. They have it. They're not releasing it, including via Official Information Act requests.
Why not?
Because they're about to push through a bunch of private-public partnerships. And what it turns out from this PPP is that even when you get them in bed together this much, the private and public sector can't manage things like resource consents. They don't.
Because they're still people.
Yeah, I suppose, but all these supposed efficiencies that you're supposed to get from getting the private sector involved, you just don't fucking get them. They only cost money, and that is what these reports probably show.
Those PPP things are the same as like a billionaire being like, hey, I think I can do this better than you.
Yeah.
I have more money, therefore making me smarter.
Yes, sir.
That's the same thing I hear from this shit. Garbage.
Yeah, bro.
Garbage. Complete garbage.
Totally.
How do they...
This guy, Peter Dunn, his son was one of the big movers and shakers in this country's burgeoning legal drugs market. So he was selling narcotics like BCP, K2, all that kind of shit. They are, well, because they were legal, right?
They were awesome. Keep going.
Yeah, they were narcotics, bro. It's but because they were legal, whatever, that's fine.
BCP started as a horse dewormer.
Sure.
Cattle dewormer, sorry.
Is there anything animal dewormers can't do, bro?
I know, cuz. Thank you. That's exactly where I was going. Horse dewormer saved Joe Rogan.
Yes. So
cattle dewormer fucking started drum and bass.
Yeah. So Peter made this deal. So he supported a bill he publicly said was unethical to get $1 billion road so that people wouldn't have to sit in their heated leather car seats for quite as long. Okay, two wider political points here. One, Labour was fucking ropeable. They were like, this is outrageous. This is a breach of human rights. We will repeal this. As soon as we're elected, we will repeal this. And they didn't. Too valuable as a political tool to have warrantless surveillance on literally anyone you want. There's no caveat to that. If you think it comes down to the judgment call of, do you think this person is dangerous? Like, maybe I do think my political opponents are dangerous. You're capable of anything.
Do you reckon the Commonwealth set that up?
Maybe, but my second point, Dunn, since leaving his seat, has become a champion of progressivism. He'll show up literally anywhere that's broadcasting with his dumb bow tie flapping in the fucking wind and champion all these progressive causes that he had a chance to be the deciding vote on for decades. And just fucking asshole. God damn it. It's so like much worse to me that he spends his whole life enabling Tories, and then he comes out, he's like, I really wish everything was more progressive. Man, fuck you!
Get him!
Idiot.
I just can't believe a dude who was in the ACT party for so long was a dick.
Was he in the ACT party?
I
don't know
sure.
that. No, he's his own party called United Future. Maybe he started as ACT, bro. I don't know.
I think he was ACT.
Oh, damn, I didn't know that. That would make a lot of sense.
His own thing. I don't know. I always thought he was a fucking cabbage anyway. And he sort of looks like a fish.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
So that PPP, part of the contract that the companies signed that were involved was that, hey, every day it's not operational, we're past this date, which is in 2020, you pay a $250,000 fine.
Each day.
Each day that it's not open. And it was off by 2 years. So just quick back of the envelope math here. That's $200 million of fines that they need to pay. And if I get a voice message from a math teacher, I will fucking flip out, bro. They took the contract. The builder's 2 years late. They entered negotiations with the employers.
If we concentrate real hard, can we feel him trying to work the maths out in his head?
Go ahead. I hope you crash your car. Fucking message me telling my math was wrong. Unbelievable. The build's 2 years late. They enter negotiations. They enter negotiations with the government, which is to say they haven't paid any of the $200 million that they should owe.
Wow.
Also, there's some contention as to whether the road is complete now. For instance, if you have to pull up the link road to my fucking neighborhood, you have to destroy the entire road to put in the infrastructure that you should have done in the first place. For instance, had you really finished?
Yeah. It's like, hey, I'll get this deck done by March, and it's in June, and you're getting the deck done.
But this is what all these PPPs look like.
Garbage.
Is that the public assumes all the risk. The private sector does it poorly and make out like fucking bandits.
Yeah.
And then my road's closed for 5 months, which is really the greatest injustice of all.
And that's what we should really be caring about. Fuck you, Peter Dunn. Jizzy's road's closed.
Yeah. Bastard.
What's our time?
Let's take a fucking break.
Yeah.
It's not like... Shut up. It's more like if... Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Now go.
Now, well, if he crashed, it would be because he was doing... I don't want him to crash, but if he was doing the math... And he's focusing on the math instead of the road. Watch the fucking road. If you want to shape young minds into, knowing how to use the calculator they carry on them?
I'm more like, how bad is it going for you to prove one of us wrong?
What do you mean?
Like, if you listen to this podcast and you're
yeah, bro.
I'm going to prove these two wrong. Like, really,
This
dude?
podcast is listened to by goodness knows how many people.
Hey, and whoever the fuck is in Sweden, or if it's a VPN for Sweden... Message me. I messaged the podcast. This is so funny.
Only the math teacher reached out. I know we have a broad audience of smart people who probably also caught.
Yeah, we've got real nice people that are like sober and like go for runs that listen to our podcast.
Crazy.
And the math
We're happy to have you along, honestly.
Yeah, love you guys. It's so cool that this is how you get to experience wastedness, I guess, with pieces of shit without actually having us in your home or having to come to ours.
You don't want that.
Nah, we'll break something.
Probably.
Rip shit or bust, bro. What are we going into next? What you got now?
That's some tax shit, bro.
Oh, for fuck. Yeah.
We don't have to do tax shit if you don't.
Nah, we should do like something funny. What else have you got?
Oh. I got, do you know about Progress 2028?
Is it 28 now?
No, you're thinking about Project 2025.
Yeah, is there 28?
No, but there is a campaign by Elon Musk, or at least the political action committee that he funds, to create a fake dossier. So you know that there's a Project 2025, basically private corporate interests get together to try and make the government more fascist and more friendly to private business. Now, depending how much of this you believe, how much of it you think Trump will actually implement, some of it's on the table. It's basically a big push towards fascism and to squash the common man more and more. The response to this has been for Elon Musk to create a fraudulent equivalent document for Kamala Harris. So there isn't a Progress 2028 thing that's being pushed on her. He's made one, or people who work for him have made one. They send that out as though like, yeah, he's got his 2025 one, she's got her 2028 one. Look how crazy this shit is. And it's a bunch of radical shit that she's not campaigning on and hasn't said that she will do. I don't know, is that more fun than tax?
I'm starting to think you're all just not very fun.
I was just reading about complex things.
Yeah, all good. I don't know. I see shit like, I just see fun stuff.
Like what?
Well, remember I talked about that guy who found a sleeping rooster?
Well, what did you see this week?
Like the best one this week?
Yeah. Trump working at McDonald's is pretty good.
Yeah, and Moo Ding.
Moo Dang?
Moo
You've
Ding.
only just come across Moo Ding?
No, just every time I see it.
All right.
Yeah.
Like even current day Moo Ding?
Are we talking about the same Moo Ding?
Is it a baby hippopotamus?
Yes.
So when it's a baby, sure. But now it's like,
Not a baby.
not as cute because it's not as little. Yeah.
A toddler hippo?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're still... hippos are cute. The
Yeah.
fact they're death machines. makes
Yeah,
them
they're
even
cute
cooler.
death machines.
That's
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Okay. I
Now you got me thinking of all the dumb shit I've seen.
sometimes I do
Yes.
accents.
I got one.
Okay.
I got one. Somebody close to me
Mm-hmm.
brought forward this story from Japan. Now, unfortunately, I can't remember the time period, but it was a lady who was a mistress to a man who was married. And she was so in love with this guy, when she realized she couldn't have him, she killed him.
Okay.
And when she went to court, there was such several mentions of the word penis that the trial, this was told by the judge, because 4 judges apparently in a Japanese court. I hope people call me up for this.
Okay.
Because I'm butchering it.
You could be any kind of teacher. You don't have to be a math teacher.
Yeah. But, you mean early childcare? No, sorry. Apparently, because of the mention of the word penis so many times in this trial, the judges asked for it to be, the trial to be structured around their wives' menstrual cycles so they could still go home and get laid. Because they reckon they couldn't make fair judgments if they couldn't go home and knock one out.
Really?
Because they had to hear the word penis
So they're charged up all day.
just so many times that, they
That's a great story.
I hope somebody gets pissed off and hears this and sends me the full story, but there's all of the pieces are there.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Judges heard penis too many times, had to suspend the trial and roster it like around the cycle of their wives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard reports that they put the wives
Wait,
in the same
they've got it.
houses
They have to, right? They have
sync
to
'em
put
up.
them all. You
Yeah,
have to.
yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah, like-
otherwise you get nothing
Yeah,
done.
but who the fuck? What kind of power is this?
Judge power, bro.
That's Japanese judge power. That's
judge power,
efficient,
bro.
cuz.
They're one short of a Voltron, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. See, that story's just wonderful. But like, I don't know. I just see way different shit to you. You see like tax and like you should read the terms of agreements and all this other shit.
Yeah, bro.
I saw a killer whale took a shit in the tank and then splashed the audience.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's so cool. Yeah.
I had
see that shit.
occasion to use a French accent recently, and my favorite French word to pronounce is horror, because it sounds like horror, and it's like somebody throwing up really gently.
Yeah.
What kind of genre do you like? Action, comedy, horror.
You're a terrible cunt sometimes. Eh? I always just think of Simpsons.
Well, you want to go back to tax?
On Simpsons, when everyone's thinking of, when they all laugh in the French class.
Yeah.
Ha ha. Parlez-vous en français? No, that's so good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. No, I don't know. You really want to go on this tax shit, don't you?
I don't have to.
I think you need to.
I got COVID shit.
Go COVID. That's way funnier.
Kiwis deserve to know the truth about COVID-19.
Yeah, bro.
Or
What you
do
got?
they? Huh?
What's going on?
The first stage of the report is out. The report into how the New Zealand government handled the COVID-19 pandemic and whether or not they were
ratchet.
doing anything nefarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So that's out because Kiwis deserve to know the truth.
But
It's not out because it's not politically damaging enough yet, I think.
shut up, you fucking Kiwis.
The stated reason, only I know what you're doing.
And that's what makes it special.
The stated reason for not releasing the report is it could affect the judgment of the second stage of the report, which they also ordered, because whatever the first report said won't punish them enough for stuff that they all fucking signed on for.
Do you hope like shit that like Winston Peters is like, get that report out, And then he reads it and he's in it.
He's absolutely in
and
it.
he's just
Yes.
like, don't put this anywhere. Like
Yes.
he just
Yes. So that what you do, and I think it's
he's just hoary Joe Biden.
I can't remember if it's Van Velden or Erica Stanford that has the report and won't release it. As in, they know the
They're in it.
Yeah, which is fucking bullshit that you can do that at all. What's up, bro? So where the
tracks.
fuck was I? Oh, she won't release it. The hell was I saying? That break might have been too refreshing.
No, the state report that's coming out,
yeah, bro.
and it implicates heaps of people who are in power now.
Oh, right. So it's like in chess. If you've got like a strong move that you can make, this is a terrible analogy, but at least it's gonna get it. It's gonna get it over the line.
I better.
You can wait until the opportune moment. You might not know what that moment is before you make the move. If you've got a piece in an advantageous position, don't just roll it out. Wait. And that advantageous position might be cover for another story. It might be Winnie's on the rocks, and this will be the finishing blow right before the election. Basically, Kiwis deserve to know the truth when the time comes, bro. That's all. Just when it's politically advantageous.
Fuck you, you fucking Kiwis. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That'll be Winnie's last words.
Yeah, they could be, bro.
Bro. He doesn't like us.
Winnie, just like
Younger
he
people.
wouldn't have to know us. Younger people
Anyone young,
at large, you reckon,
Yeah.
just doesn't like younger people.
Anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can work your cell phone, bro, you're the enemy. Yeah, that's what I reckon he thinks. He seems to be terrible.
Yeah, could be right.
He rocked up the Māori party the other day by being like, I think the Māori kids would learn more if they sat down and shut their mouths. And then you just cue up the noise from South Park. And then just... It's just everybody in the room just yelling. It's atrocious. It's like these people get money to do this, eh? And you can sit there and just not use swear words where you arc off. That is abuse. You say that is abuse. I would like speaker. We'd like to motion for abuse. All of them.
That's pretty good.
No, last time that you brought up abuse, it was about our lapels. You can't bring up your skin color. Then Winston stands up and he's like, "I think you guys are fags." And some reason it's like, oh, Winston stirring the pot.
Well,
not like...
No, what will happen is the speaker will go, you have to rescind that remark, and he'll stand up and go, I rescind that remark, and strike it from the record.
Yeah.
It's like he never said it.
It's awesome, bro. It's like
Bro,
a
do you know
real...
about parliamentary...
No, wait.
Okay.
The speaker. Hey,
Yeah.
because Winnie can be like, I think you fellas should shut your mouths.
It's the not
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Hamburglar, it's Grimace right now, bro.
Nah, dude, it's fucking... That guy just sits
Jerry
up...
Brownlee.
Bro, he just sits out there with a bucket of live things, like... And then when he says something and he's like, "Me cana puto solo," and he just Jabba the Hutt's his way through it. And then when he stood up the other day, he had to stand up, bro. Bro, that's not fair. We're all paying for those knees. We know it. They
Making
stood up.
Brownlee stand up.
Yeah, bro.
You should get danger pay for that.
That's the same as making Jabba the Hutt stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like, yeah, I love that idea. Like, oh no, this maniac is yelling at this maniac. This fucking maniac.
They have to
is
do
going
it
at
via
this.
that guy.
Yeah, and he's the dude though, being like, I think everybody should settle down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you go outside? Take it outside.
That's the guy.
What are you gonna do, dude? Yeah. Nah, they should put someone in power who's like, all right, next one of you fellas that sees something out of line, I'm gonna punch you in the head. just watch them all like, what the fuck? Yeah, hi, I come from Ruatoki, and you fellas seem to be fucking around. And if you look around the room, your security is currently incapacitated. And it's just all the security hires, just this Takaha weed that's just taking them down. Now, what were you saying, Winston, about us telling you shut up? That's what we need. We need a radical group to just walk in. Not cause much violence, but just like take control and call them all out on what they're doing. Because old Jabba Brownlee's not doing it, eh?
I mean, it's an impossible job, right?
I know I've just implored.
I feel like you just called for a bit of a J6
a revolution
situation.
J6,
bro.
But just tangata whenues and just...
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
We need a strong speaker.
Not Shane Jones. Oh, did we talk about that guy's fucking quote of the national anthem and it was wrong?
I don't know.
Oh.
On the podcast, I don't know.
Oh, he totally was like, the next time you hear God Save the Queen in the national anthem, and people are like, that's not in there.
Yeah. I think you might have it wrong too, but he certainly had it wrong.
It's not, God Save the Queen's not in it, right? God Save New Zealand's not in it.
Yeah, that's what
God
I'm saying.
Defend.
Is that I think you might have had your quote of him wrong also.
What did I say? Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know that it's wrong. I think it might be wrong.
All I'm saying is Shane Jones was wrong. And he quoted our national anthem and got it wrong.
Yeah, like a true patriot. Absolutely.
He's probably got too much coal in his brain.
So what are you Tories doing now that you have power? Boy, we're sticking it to the lefties, I tell you what. Motherfucker.
Every fucking thing.
Can you do something else?
Everything he says, like, he's at the point where he's running out of shit to call them. He's like, the gargoyles of the green.
Yeah, bro, big time.
Yeah, he sounds like a Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones dude. Like,
Yeah.
He's totally running out of shit to call them. Yeah. These guardians of the nonsense of casseroles. What the fuck, dog? Nice. Yeah, I'd love to interview that dude and act like I'm on his side.
Yeah.
And just see how long it took for him to realize I was taking the piss.
Oh, I don't know.
I reckon I could get through the whole thing and get a hongy out of it.
I think you could slowly slip into your impression of him over the course of the interview. And by the end of it, you're going, now your eloquence has befuddled many before you.
But I stand here obtuse. Should we have a break and kick into some tunnels?
Why not?
I don't know. At this point, does it even...
Doesn't matter. None of it. None of it matters.
I have some distressing news, Master. Another one appears to have fled to the surface.
A young one, I assume. Which future genius we lose this time? Parker? I got a little wager on that one myself. Rasmuth? Oh, shit.
Job.
Yeah, oh shit. What do we do?
Get a job.
We control it. Just like we've always done. Get after him. I'll speak to the flock.
I'm on it.
Home. If he makes it to the surface...
He won't.
You're twisted, Connie.
For both our sakes, you better hope that's true. Find him and bring him back. Or the next prisoner of the sky is gonna be you.
Tunnel talk, everybody.
Yeah, should we just blow past that?
Yeah, why not?
Nah, fuck it. You're a weird cunt. What the fuck?
One. It's supposed to put you in the atmosphere of being in a tunnel. Did it do that or not?
No.
Oh, no.
No, that put me in like a weird Netflix series that I should have watched the first season of.
But where would it be set?
Underground.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you that.
Okay, bro. Then the stinger has done his job.
Wow. You're pretty incredible sometimes. Weirdos.
Yeah, sure. Tunnel talk, everybody. I wanted to talk about some Chinese progress.
Yeah. Let's go.
The China's been going hard. So by the end of 1990, mainland China had like 2.5 kilometers worth of tunnels. That's all their tunnels, railway.
When was this? 1990.
1990. By 2022, China had completed 56,768 kilometers of traffic tunnels.
Holy fuck balls.
So like 17 kilometers railway tunnels, highway tunnels, metro. Fuck. Ooh, I heard a sound. Whatever.
It's you with your autistic rocking.
Maybe. We'll have to consult the footage,
It's on the
bro.
camera.
Am I rocking while I do
You
this?
were
Yeah, really.
a little.
Amazing. Okay,
Enough that we saw it.
I'll survey the footage.
It's my footage.
Mainland China has 5,000 TBMs. 5,000 TBMs.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so some cities have more than 50 TBMs going simultaneously, and a handful of cities have more than 100 tunnel boring machines operating simultaneously in their cities.
And they're putting like rails and roads.
All kinds of stuff, bro. Yes.
No shit.
Yeah.
Fucking suck it, Elon.
Yeah, they're going hard.
They're the boring companies.
Yeah.
Fuck him. Is it the same company
What?
that has the contracts for all these TBMs?
No, it's a bunch of different ones.
That's even cooler.
Yeah.
So there's not like a monopoly on the tunnels.
It's communist China. So, well, communist.
someone has a
whatever
monopoly on it.
authoritarian state China.
That's still cool. That's really awesome. I like that. Fuck yeah. And these cunts are just tunneling everywhere.
Correct. They have 80 large TBM tunnels either built or under construction with diameters larger than 14 meters.
No shit.
There's 39 completed, 41 under construction, the largest of which being the Jinan Huanggang Road Tunnel,
Yeah, bro.
17.5 meter diameter slurry TBM, 3 kilometer long section of a big ass tunnel. They're also on the cutting edge. They're not just taking tech that other people have used, they're pioneering. They got something called the HSP 217T Real Time Tunnel Geological Prediction System. It was developed by the
Sorry.
It's developed by the China Railway
I didn't know you were
Academy.
looking.
The system, they can integrate it into any kind of TBM, right? Basically, you use the vibration signals that you detect from the rock that you're carving out with the shield. And it's accurate up to 100 meters of knowing what kind of material is ahead of you. So you know, well in advance, like what kind of setup you're going to need. That's all good Chinese stuff.
They are like the kung fu of tunnels, though, eh?
I suppose, yeah.
Like if everyone else is good at punching each other in the head,
Yeah.
and then trying to show up, and they're like, "We have magic ways of punching you in the head." It's like, well, everyone digs tunnels now. And they're like, "Ha ha, way ahead of you." What's it like knowing that your people are the most industrious of the tunneling community?
I already knew that.
I don't think you did.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're lying.
I think a big proportion of Chinese people live in caves.
On purpose?
Yeah. Yeah. Caves, otherwise known as God's tunnels.
It doesn't feel right.
Can we have a fact check, please, Millen Dolvini? Thank you for joining us this evening.
Yes.
Do Chinese people live in caves?
He has no data.
Has that been tunnel talk?
I think it might be.
That's been tunnel talk, everybody.
The Actobahn?
Yeah, what about it?
It's real.
No, it's fucking not real.
Good night, everybody.
You are a real piece of shit. I don't want to hear the segments prior. I just want to hear the tunneling part. In my heart I have but one desire, an underground tube, the dank and the